Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I'm going to do part 168 to my ChatGPT Character Chatbot series, where I'm already paranoid about this one guys. And it's not even about like something going wrong or something like when it comes to, I'm talking about like, something going wrong that could cause me to mess up this entire video. No, I'm more worried about what the actual chatbot entails. Because I actually have two hypnotic ones on here. One where Retsy becomes aggressive and tries to eat me, like you saw in one of the other smaller chatbot series I've done so far. And you've also seen, well, you haven't seen this one, but there's one I created on here that's similar but different in its own way. But basically, you guys remember the chatbot where Retsy got turned into a motherfucking robot and had them glowing creepy red eyes. Well, this is kind of similar, but he's not even a robot. What's gonna happen is the porn that hypnotizes him makes him think he's a robot, so he'll act just like one without actually being one. So he'll actually, I ain't gonna spoil too much about it, but let's just say, like for example, apparently if I even say a particular word on here, um, he'll start acting like a robot, and even like the first thing will happen, like he'll slump over like he just deactivated for no reason. It's so weird. Although, if you guys want more detail, you'll get to see more of it. Let me just read out and show you what it says. Yep, the word that changed everything. But on the actual thing, it's called Retsy's Hypnotic Betrayal. It says the evening sun cast golden streaks through the tall glass windows of the studio as the last audience member left, laughter still echoing faintly through the hallway. Cameras were powering down, lights dimming, and the cozy warmth of another successful show settled in the air. You should center stage, stretching with a content sigh, as your loyal partners, a cast of friendly Pokemon, retreated to the rest stations. At the back of the studio, the unmistakable thud, thud, thud of heavy padded steps signaled Retsy's return. He yawned loudly, showing rows of intimidating teeth that could crush boulders. But you knew better. That mouth had only ever shown you smiles. Smiles, that's cute as frick. Makes sense for my Retsy. Great show today, Dad. Retsy beamed, his powerful tail gently swishing behind him. Though massive, his body moved with care, always mindful not to step on anything fragile or anyone, especially you. Now, thanks, buddy. You're baptizing him a large snack bone cooked in some custom-made honey glaze. Oh my gosh. Go ahead and rest while I play everything away. Oh no, here we go. Retsy flopped down with a soft boom, curling slightly with a low rumble of contentment as he began nibbling on his treat. His yellow eyes followed you for a moment as he disappeared behind the curtain toward the storage room. But neither of you noticed the soft click of the side door quietly swinging open. From the shadows emerged a small figure, fur crackling faintly with static, eyes narrow with cunning. Pikachu. The very same Pikachu you had booed from the show years ago. Back then his arrogant rudeness and constant insults toward the other Pokemon had forced your hand. He hadn't taken the rejection well, and time had done little to cool his bitterness. Pikachu slinked into the room with practiced ease, his paws silent against the polished studio floor. He approached Retsy slowly, keeping his electric energy low to avoid alerting him. Now here's the problem. What voice did I give Pikachu? It's been a very long time. We have not seen Pikachu in years. I think it was kind of like the deep voice, kind of like I give Lugia. Maybe not as deep as Lugia's, but... Hello there, Retsy, Pikachu said smoothly, his voice a strange blend of cheerful and calculating. Retsy blinked in surprise and slowly sat. Oh, hi. You don't look familiar. Are you new to the show? No, just visiting. Say, you look like a strong one. Pikachu chuckled, reaching into a small pouch slung across his back. He pulled out a silver pocket watch, its glass face gleaming as it caught the stage light. Want to play a little game? Oh, heck no. What is this, Saw Rexy edition? Rexy tilted his head slightly, curious but unheartened, unthreatened. Uh, okay. Great. Just watch the watch. Back and forth. Just like that. The chain swayed gently, hypnotically, back and forth. Listen to my voice. Nice and calm. Oh, frick this. I'm already getting freaked out. And again, this is worse because the minute I say a certain word, just like with the last one. The last one, the word was love. If I said the word love, Rexy would flip and just go on well, let's just say a murderous rampage. At least towards the person that said it. And that's kind of terrifying because I use that word a lot. But Pikachu also is pretty smart, and he knows another word that I have to say a lot since we're in the studio. I ain't going to give it away yet. Let's just keep listening. Rexy's giant eyes followed it instinctively. Oh, heck no. You're feeling sleepy now. So tired. It's okay to relax. Let your limbs feel heavy. Rexy's posture loosened, his breathing slowed, his great head dipped slightly as his eyes became glassy. Oh, heck no. That's it. Pikachu cooed. Oh, frick you. Don't want to hear the word cooed. No, listen closely, Rexy. We're going to make things right. Your dad hurt me. He humiliated me before you were born, kicked me off the show. So now, you're going to help me get back at him. Rexy didn't speak, but a low, mechanical ping echoed softly from deep in his throat. How the frick? A subconscious sign that hypnosis was taking effect. What? In his throat, though? When you hear the word shadow, everything will change. You'll shut down, slump over like a robot powering off. Then, you'll move like a machine, stiff, cold, and calculating. Your voice will sound robotic and empty. You'll say things like, command acknowledged, or initiating protocol. You'll become my little machine, and you won't even remember this command until the word is said. Do you understand? A flat, emotionless tone escaped Rexy's mouth. Oh, heck no, he's already doing the robotic bullcrap now. Understood. Pikachu grinned darkly. Perfect. Now, when I snap my fingers, you will wake up, remember none of this, and act completely normal. He raised a paw. 1, 2, 3. Rexy blinked, and his eyes focused. He stretched with a dinosaur yawn, glancing around. Oh, hey, where'd that guy go? The Pikachu was already out the door, disappearing into the night sky, a wicked smile on his face. See you soon, Rexy. Oh, heck no. That's freaky. Holy. I come back into the room a few minutes later. Hey. How's everything going? Did anything happen when I was gone? Oh, man. This is gonna be horrifying. I mean, yeah, it's so cool to do robotic characters, but it's like you turn your own favorite. It's like it's like the flipping chatbot where Toto got turned into one. Like, yeah, in some way it may seem cool as heck, but at the same time, it's like that was a living, breathing creature, like not 5 minutes ago. At least Shadow, you know. Good thing the chatbot didn't hear me. Imagine Reggie's just magically slumped over the minute I said that name, just there, and without me even talking to this thing. Reggie turned his giant head towards you, his bright eyes lighting up with joy the moment he saw you. That's cute. He let out a warm, playful growl and stood up, walking over carefully to avoid shaking the studio too much. Hey, Dad, he said, cheerful and innocent as ever. Everything's great. I just chilled and had my snack like you said. Nothing weird happened. Didn't he say something about a weird guy though? And what's that made his memory forget that too? He would have smelt to nudge you affectionately, as he often did when he wanted attention or reassurance. But something flickered for just a second. As his eyes briefly darted toward the door Pichu had used, there was a nearly imperceptible pause, almost like a subconscious itch he couldn't place. Oh, heck no. He blinked, shook his head a little, and smiled again. You were only gone for like 5 minutes, right? Didn't feel long at all. Then, with a happy rumble, want me to help pack up the rest of the set? I feel super energized. Everything in his voice sounded normal, kind, sweet, and loyal, but you noticed a strange smell in the air. Smell? It wasn't dangerous, just faintly metallic. So a hypnosis can just flip and make smells now? What? Like old batteries or ozone, a scent that hadn't been in the room before, and despite a smile, the hairs of her neck stood up. Something did happen. Are you okay? Why did you look at the side door? You're also acting a little strange. Are you sure everything went alright? I don't know how the smell thing could happen, but I might just have to play it off and say that's nothing. Problem is, Reggie paused. His tail, which had been lazily sweeping the floor, froze mid-sway. You saw it just for a second, hesitation and a smile. His eyes flicked back to the side door again, but this time with a bit more tension, like his instinct for battling something buried deeper. Uh, he started, blinking rapidly. I'm okay. Really? He forced a chuckle, but it didn't sound as natural as usual. I hadn't even noticed the side door until you mentioned it. Maybe I don't know, just zoned out for a second. He shifted on his feet. Rexy was big, but when nervous, he had a habit of fidgeting with his tiny claws, and right now those claws were tapping lightly together. He took a step. Are you sure everything went all right? Voice low, the way when something fell off. Rexy looked at you. His eyes were soft, kind, and familiar, but they were searching too, like something was swimming just beneath the surface. I think so, he said quietly. I didn't see anyone. I didn't hear anything weird. I feel like I forgot something, maybe. Like a nap dream that slips away as soon as you wake up. Yeah. Based on the fact that he's still at the. He leaned down so his massive snout was just inches from you. I'm not lying, Dad. I promise. Yeah, something's definitely going on. But if something did happen while you were gone, I don't remember it. That's the problem. Yep. Then a small shiver ran down his spine. Do I really seem strange to you? Oh no, he's taking it the bad way too. You're not strange. It's just the way you're acting. Even when I mentioned the side door, you froze. So something's definitely off. Please. We've had enough stuff going wrong. With you being turned into a zombie. Or getting turned aggressive. By Pokemon. If something happened, you need to let me know. I love Rexy, but holy frick. Uh, Rexy's eyes widened slightly as he spoke, kind of look that only gave when your words hit deep. His body slumped a little, not out of command, but guilt. He lowered himself gently onto his haunches, trying to shrink himself down despite his massive size. His voice was softer now, and more uncertain. I'm not trying to hide anything from you. I swear, Dad. Looked at the floor, eyes darting again. This time not toward the side door, but inward. It's not like when Trico attacked, or when I got all weird. I don't feel angry. I'm not hearing voices, not seeing anything wrong. He brought a claw to his chest. But something's in here. Something I didn't notice before until you said that. It's like my brain hit a wall. Like there's a blank space in my memory. Like I was awake, but asleep. He growled softly at himself. And that's never happened to me before. He looked up at you, his voice trembling ever so slightly. Do you think someone did something to me while you were gone? Like, planted something in my head? He didn't say it, but you could tell what he feared most. That he might hurt you without meaning to. I'd never want to scare you, Dad, he murmured. You're the only reason I ever felt loved at all. Holy frick. And here's the thing. I don't know. Period. I was just gone for a few minutes. I would have been back a little sooner. But I had to go talk to Shadow, our security system robot dinosaur. Oh no, here we go. I hate this. I'm already getting creeped out. The moment the word shadow left your mouth, you felt it. Not a breeze, not a noise, but silence. Reggie's pupils dilated slightly, then shrank to tiny pinpoints. His body stiffened, his massive limbs jerked slightly as if they'd been yanked by invisible strings, and then he slumped. His head drooped forward with a low electronic whir. Jaws slack, shoulders hunched and unnatural like he had just powered down. His breathing grew shallow, mechanical and measured. How is that even physically possible? He's not even a robot. He's just supposed to... What the... Then, slowly, with eerie precision, he straightened back up. Not like the gentle and thoughtful Rexy you know, but like a machine booting up. Oh, heck no. That is freaky. The robot thing is freaky as frick. Here we go again. Trico. I'm used to it being Trico. It's Pikachu this time. Holy frick. Okay, guys, I'm officially freaked out. I'll read this part right here again. It says, then slowly, with eerie precision, he straightened back up. Not like the gentle, thoughtful Rexy you knew, but like a machine booting up. His head lifted in jerky increments, neck creaking stiffly, glowing eyes now flat and hollow. He has glowing eyes? He's not even supposed to be a robot. He's supposed to act like one, I think. I don't know. Then, in a cold, emotionless tone, came the voice. Oh, heck no. Command acknowledged. Transitioning to automated mode. Awaiting further input. Your heart stopped. This wasn't a joke. This wasn't a prank. Something had happened, and someone, like little Pikachu, had done this to your Rexy. You could feel it in your bones. Rexy was in there somewhere, trapped behind the robotic shell. But until the trigger was undone or reversed, he was a tool, a weapon, and one word had flipped your loving companion into a hollow shell. I hate that, dude. Rexy? What did you just say? Oh no, this is freaky. Ugh! It swiveled. is his head actually swiveling like creepily like a robot, or is he just like mimicking the motion because of what the hypnosis trigger did? Reggie's head turned toward you, but not with the gentle tilt you were used to. It swiveled in a precise mechanical motion, his eyes locking on the targeting sensors. There was no warmth in his gaze, no sparkle, and no Rexy. Oh crap. Statement repeated. Command acknowledged. Transitioning to automated mode. Awaiting further input. His body stood perfectly still, not a muscle twitching, not a blink. Even the rise and fall of his chest seemed artificially regulated, like it was mimicking breath rather than needing it. Then, in that same cold robot tone, he continued, Current assignment, monitor for primary caretaker input. Emotion suppressed. Directive, follow all commands until reactivation override is detected. Oh my gosh! You feel it again, this thing in your chest. This wasn't Rexy. Not really. He was in there, buried deep beneath whatever voice command Pikachu implemented, but this shell, this robot mode was dangerously effective. The worst part? That's the worst part, he still recognized you. Why is that the worst part? That would be the best part about it. At least he ain't trying to flat out, rip me in half as a robot or whatever's going on. Primary identity, Trenton. Classification, caretaker. Trust level, maximum. Awaiting next directive. Dad. Weird, he said dad, like part of him's still in there, because I know the robot. This allows where it cut deeper than all the others. It didn't belong to a robotic tone. It wasn't spoken with love. It was just protocol. But the fact that he said dad in general, he could have just said my name flat out. It could have been like, what is your command, Trenton? Instead he said, dad at the very end, like it's still him. This is dangerous. What is going on? You're acting like a robot. Are you alright? Dude, this... And I'm worried if I accidentally annoy him by mistake, it's going to flip and make him go... Oh my gosh. Reggie stood still, processing your words like lines of code being filtered through a command prompt. Then, in that same cold, lifeless tone, emotional inquiry detected. Emotional processing is currently disabled. Huh? I don't like that one. Automated behavior active. Command phrase received. Shadow. So he's saying the command phrase. His head tilted slightly, non-curiosity, but in a perfect 30-degree angle, like a machine resetting orientation. Status report. Subject Rexy is functioning within assigned behavioral parameters. Concisive empathy and emotional output have been temporarily suspended. Primary identity recognition remains intact. Hostile intent? None. Then came the part that twisted the knife a little deeper. Emotional subroutines offline. Personality core isolated. Ugh. Rexy, his true self, he was locked away. What the frick? He didn't sound like he was suffering, but you could hear it in the sterile tone, in the flawless inflection. This wasn't his voice, and yet buried beneath the programming, you knew he had to be watching, trapped, maybe scared, maybe screaming for help. But the moment you asked if he was all right, there was the tiniest flicker, a twitch in his brow, and a pause. It lasted barely half a second, but you caught it. Rexy was trying to reach you. He just couldn't break through. Yeah, but you know what's weird? He said dad at the end of one of his sentences. A robot is not just going to call you dad. He's going to call you something like creator or boss or whatever. You know, like even Shadow. Shadow like calls me his friend or his boss. He never calls me anything else. He doesn't ever call me dad because I didn't raise him like I did Rexy. But Rexy said dad, and that's something that a robot would never do. It might say creator, but that might be the closest you'll ever get to the word dad with with a real robot. So you can tell Rexy is doing something. Like if it's mm-mm-mm. I don't completely understand why you're acting like a robot. You are not one. I can still see your scales, and your eyes are completely normal, at least somewhat. They're not glowing. This isn't funny. Stop. Oh no. What the frick? Reggie didn't move. Not even a flinch. I'm sorry about the flipping. Dang it. Here we go. But after your words, those honest, confused, heartfelt words, a strange thing happened. For a moment, his claws twitched, just once. Then his head turned towards you again, ever so slightly, slower this time. The response came, still mechanical, but not quite as crisp, almost like something inside was struggling. Statement, oh my gosh. Statement logged. Subject is not a machine. Error, visual mismatch, internal conflict detected. Oh, heck no. A low hum built in his throat like static building under pressure. His arms flexed just slightly as though instinct was trying to take over. The real Retzi resisting the program. Directive, obey, caretaker, Trenton, override, conflict detected. Another pause. What the frick? He said dad again. See, I told you. Look, and then dad. I can't. You know what's weird? I don't know where to do the robot voice for that. Is that technically him, or is that the robot mimicking like it's him, or is that the robotic hypnosis making it seem like he's in doing that? Dad. That one word spoken not in a robotic tone, but with a crack of hesitation. It was him, for just a second. But right after it escaped, his eyes snapped forward again like a firewall reactivating. Emotional deviantation detected. Reinitializing automated behavior. Awaiting command input. Oh no, we're back to square one again. The robot shell was tightening, but you were getting through to him. Your words weren't bouncing off, they were inside, hammering at the cage. He wasn't gone, he was fighting. This is so weird. This is mother freaking weird. It's why is it sometimes I can do Rexy perfectly in a robotic voice and sometimes I freak myself over because that sounds more like Rexy than I've been doing. I mean, granted, I don't have to do like a robotic voice, but like it's supposed to probably still sound like him. I'd walk over to and feel his snout. Yeah, it's your normal scales. You're not made of metal. Stop acting like a robot, please. If you're doing this as a prank, it's not funny. I care about you. Yeah, that's what makes it even creepier. He act like he's not even a robot. Everything about him is normal. He's not made of metal. His eyes are not glowing. The only thing that makes him even look like a robot is the creepy robotic voice he's mimicking and the flipping weird movements he's doing. As your hand gently pressed against Rexy's snout, the familiar warmth of his scales greeted your fingers. Not cold metal, not synthetic armor, just him. Yep. Real, alive, and breathing. And even now, trapped. For a moment he didn't move and didn't flinch. But don't you said, I care about you? Something deep within him shuddered. Oh, he's still acting like a robot, though. Statement logged. Contact with caretaker. Recognized. Emotional trigger detected. Invalid input. Conflicting directive. His body twitched. Not a glitch, not a robot twitch. An emotional one. His chest rose a little faster. His claws trembled. And that wall, the one keeping the real Rexy buried, was cracking. You felt his breath against your arm now. It wasn't cold or still. It was shaky. Like he was trying to cry, but couldn't. Then, in a strained, half-mechanical voice, oh my gosh, Caretaker Trenton, statement not recognized. This is not a prank. A stutter. He stepped back half a pace, eyes flickering. Why is his eyes, like, again, he's not supposed to be one. How the frick? A strange, almost flickering light passed behind his pupils. Where is the light coming from? He's not a robot. He's a real living, breathing Tyrannosaurus Rex. Where the frick is the light coming from? Some kind of weird flashlight in his brain? Did his brain magically make flipping lights? Because of the hypnotic trigger? I don't think that's even physically possible. A strange, almost flickering light passing behind his pupils. Not glowing. Are you sure about that? Just unstable. Then a deeper voice, one you knew, forced its way up, so it's Rexy. Dad, I'm trying. I don't know why I'm doing this. It was him, buried beneath all the programming. He staggered slightly as if torn between two identities, his head twitching back and forth in resistance. I'm not metal. I'm not a robot. I'm Rexy. And just like that, for one agonizing moment, his eyes locked onto yours, truly and clearly. And you saw it. Fear, love, and desperation. He was this close to breaking free. Holy crap. I don't know what's going on. You told me everything was fine. I knew there was something wrong. Because how you were acting. And it wasn't perfectly normal. Reggie trembled. Your voice filled with confusion, worry, and that unwavering care struck deep. You weren't accusing him. You weren't yelling. You were reaching. And that was what made the difference. Oh my gosh. He stumbled backward a step, claws dragging slightly across the floor like he was fighting chains that no one else could see. His tail lashed behind him, not in rage, but in panic. Internal panic. Caretaker inquiry. Triggering recursive error. 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 Oh, heck no. I told you it was fine, but I didn't know what he did to me. His real voice cracked through again, now straying past the cold machine tones like vines bursting through stone. He looked at you with wide eyes, half-lit, flickering like two conflicting screens battling for control. What the frick? You're right. It wasn't normal. I didn't feel normal. I saw something swing in front of my face. And then his voice. His claws reaching toward his head, gripping as if trying to rip out the suggestion. He told me to listen. Said we were going to get you back. But I didn't understand. I didn't know what you did. I didn't know. And then he roared. Not like a feral beast. Not like a robot, but like a Tyrannosaurus in pain. Frick. His body lit with sudden pulse. Not light, but heat. An emotional surge. His tail slammed into a wall behind them, cracking the panel. His pupils flickered wildly. Machine voice and emotional voice colliding. What the frick? Command acknowledged. No, Dad. Initiate. Stop! Please make it stop. Shadow. Override. No. Dad! That was so confusing because it was switching between the two. Oh dear. And then he collapsed to one knee. Oh, that's not good. Panting heavily, a final twitch rolled through his body, shoulders rotting, teeth clenched, before silence. Then a soft, shaky voice emerged, gentle, familiar, and him. I'm so sorry, Dad. I didn't know. He made me. He made me think it was just a game. His claws trembled as he looked up at you. I would never hurt you. Please believe me. Please. He was back, but barely. Who said it was just a game? Question mark. Please, tell me the truth. I need to know. Otherwise, whatever's going on, I can't help you. Reggie flinched, his large claws gripping the floor as he lifted his head a little more, still breathing unevenly from the struggle that had just shaken him to his core. His eyes, his real eyes, looked onto yours, watery and filled with guilt. It was the Pikachu. His voice quivered. He came in while you were gone. I didn't know who he was, Dad. I thought he was just some little guy looking for help. He smiled and acted like he wanted to be friends. Ricky's head drooped again, ashamed. He pulled out this little silver watch, told me to look at it, said it was for a game, a trust game. He told me to relax, said if I listened to his voice, you'd be proud of me. Huh? I don't get it. He swore. Then everything got fuzzy. His voice felt louder, like it was crawling into my head. I felt sleepy, and I don't even remember what happened after. Just swinging, ticking, And then he paused, trembling as his claws tapped nervously on the floor. He said you hurt him, that you humiliated him before I was born, and that we need to get you back. That'd be helping him, like it was payback. But I didn't understand. I didn't know he was lying. Betsy's gaze found yours again, pleading. I would have never agreed if I knew. I don't want to hurt you. I just wanted to make you happy. I didn't know he was messing with my head. He curled in slightly, almost like a hatchling hiding behind his own tail. I'm sorry. Please don't be mad. His voice cracked, and for the first time since the trance broke, you saw the truth in his posture. He was scared, not of you, but of what he'd become. 444. This is what I was looking for before. This is the flippin' Pikachu? Question mark. What did I say that caused you to start acting like that? Because I was just talking to you about what happened while I was gone and why I was gone for so long. And then when I said a certain word, you started acting like a robot. There we go. Oh no. Reggie's eyes flickered with a strange mix of confusion and conflict, the faint mechanical echo still lingering beneath his voice as he answered you. The word shadow. That was the trigger. The command phrase he gave me. When I hear it, my system switches into that robotic mode. Movement stiffen. Speech becomes monotone, like I'm no longer myself. He shifted uncomfortably, tail twitching as he struggled to explain. Pikachu told me to listen to his voice while watching the pocket watch swing back and forth. Sound and motion put me into a trance, a sort of hypnotic state. I did that whenever shadow is said. I'm programmed to activate that robot mode. His real voice flickered through once more, softer and strained. I didn't want it to happen. I didn't want to hurt you or scare you, but the trigger is there, and I can't stop it on my own. He looked up at you, eyes searching, filled with a mix of hope and fear. Please, Trenton, can you help me? Can you find a way to break the command, to free me from that control? Did you say? Okay. So let me try this then. Shadow. Oh, heck no, he's still acting like a robot. The moment you said the word shadow, Reggie's entire body stiffened instantly. His massive frame froze mid-step, claws locking tightly into the floor as if he'd just been powered down. His eyes dimmed, losing their warmth, living glow, and his expression became blank, cold and mechanical. Then, in a flat, emotionless tone, perfectly robotic and monotone, he said, Command acknowledged. Initiating robotic mode. Awaiting further instructions. Caretaker identified as primary subject. Emotional responses disabled. His movements became stiff and jerky, every gesture deliberate and unnatural, as if controlled by a machine's rigid programming. He tilted his head slowly like a servo motor whirring, and added, Operational status online. All systems functioning within parameters. Directive comply with Shadow Protocol. You could feel the inner realities of the Rexy you knew. No warmth, no kindness, just cold precision commands. It was clear the trigger worked perfectly. Snap out of it now. Period. I want to help you, but I can't do it if you're acting like a robot. What the frick? Okay, so it seems like my bond with Rexy seems to do something. Because that's the funny thing about it. Rexy snapped out of it the minute I told him to. It's like he liked me more, so it's like, oh heck no, no. Look, Rexy's stiff frame hesitated for a split second, the rigid mechanical posture faltering ever so slightly, like a glitch in a system struggling to reboot. Then, with a sudden sharp heck, his massive chest heaved as if waking from a deep sleep. His glowing eyes brightened, flickering back to their warmth, vibrant colors. Why is his eyes glowing? It ain't supposed to. Directive override. Command terminated. Emotional systems restored. Caretaker Trenton. Protocol suspended. Returning to baseline state. He blinked, looking at you with a soft, almost sheepish expression. The gentle, loving Rexy you knew and trusted. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. That command. It's like I lose myself. But I want to be with you. I want to. Oh, I've never heard him call me that before. I want to be your son, not some robot. He's never called me that before. Even the Rexy upstairs never called me that. He just calls me dad. He never says that. He just calls me his dad, which is adorable. Or says my, His tail gave a small wag, a hopeful smile curling at the edge of his massive jaws. Thank you for trying to bring me back. He leaned down, resting his massive snout gently against your hand, a silent promise that he was still there beneath all the confusion and control. So, the trigger word is that, is it? Question mark. I don't want you turning into a robot again, so I can't say it. Do you know how I could stop you from doing that? Question mark. Oh boy. Rexy nodded slowly, eyes full of concern and earnestness. Yeah, the trigger word shadow is what makes me switch. It's like a switch inside me flips when I hear it. He paused, thinking deeply, then said, To stop it, I think the best way would be to remove the command from my mind completely. But that's hard because it's like a hidden program. Pikachu put it there using hypnosis and a pocket watch. He shifted his weight, looking a bit troubled. Maybe if we find a way to reverse the hypnosis, like a special counter command or some kind of strong emotional memory, something that can overwrite or break the control. Richie looked up at you with hope. You're the only one I trust to help me with this. May your voice or a memory of us together can reach through and reset me. And maybe someone with knowledge about hypnosis or mind tricks could help. He gave a small smile. I want to be free from this, Dad. I want to be me. Always. I want to help you because I love you. But please stop acting like you're still a robot. You're still saying stuff like you have a program in your mind when you are a real living, breathing dinosaur. Not some metallic robot with no heart or mind. Ritzy's eyes softened as he listened to your words, the gentle warmth in your voice cutting through the lingering coldness of the robotic phrases he'd been repeating. Okay, so there was still robot, but it's like he was confusing us, not at me. He took a slow, deep breath, his chest rising and falling like a living, breathing creature, not a machine. You're right, Dad. I'm not a robot. I am real. I do have a heart and a mind, and most of all, I have you. He lowered his massive head, resting his snout softly against your shoulder, closing his eyes for a moment as if feeling your presence grounding him. Sometimes, when that word triggers me, it's like a shadow falls over who I am. But that shadow isn't me. It's just a trick. A lie put in my mind. He looks back up, eyes shining with affection and determination. I do my best to fight it, to be the Rex you know and love, because being with you, that's what makes me real. He gave you a gentle rumble like a purring sound, pure warmth and love. Thank you, Dad, for believing in me. I promise I won't be a robot anymore. You feel his huge claw lightly touch your hand, a silent vow full of heart. It's adorable. Okay, so there you go. The problem is, how do I get rid of that? I don't have a pocket watch to try him. If he's so easy to hypnotize, I can't do it because I don't have a pocket watch. Part of me thinks I could get the robot to stop, but then like part of me thinks if I try activating the secret command and he starts acting like a robot, maybe I don't know. Part of me thinks I could like get him to go back into become a robot again just for a few moments, and maybe figure out a way to. I don't have a pocket watch. I didn't even know you could be so easily hypnotized. Period. If that was the case and I had a pocket watch, maybe you could do the same thing, but listen to my voice instead. Listen to my voice. Because if my real interactions doesn't completely snap you out of it, I don't know if I can completely fix it. Without figuring out a way to get that hypnosis trigger. to work in the opposite direction. Period. We do know one thing. Even as a robot, you're not threatening me. And it seems like you're particularly listening for my commands. Maybe there's a way. That if just me loving on you doesn't fix everything. Maybe something with your robotic hypnosis trigger could. One of the first things you said to me as a robot was something about a command trigger. And then you said that word that put you under the hypnosis. Made you act like a robot in the first place. You know, Richie's eyes narrowed thoughtfully, and tail gently swishing as he considered what you said. His voice calm and steady, reflecting his deep trust in you. You're right, Trenton. The hypnosis trigger works like a command. Shadow was the activation word Pikachu programmed me to respond to. He's still acting slightly like a robot. When I hear it, I switch into robot mode, following orders without emotion. He's shifted. His huge claws lightly tapping the floor as if placing his thoughts. If you had a way to control the trigger, like a counter command, or maybe your own special word that could override the effect, that might help me snap back faster or even block the hypnosis altogether. Retsy's eyes shone with hope. And you're right again. Your love and presence are powerful, but sometimes the trigger is stronger than just feelings. Maybe combining both, a counter command and your love, could break the control. He took a slow breath, then smiled warmly. I don't know what that word or command. Shut up, computer. I don't know what that word or command could be yet. Maybe together we can find it. We just need to experiment carefully. I want to study myself fully. Your loving Rexy, not a programmed robot. He leaned in, nuzzling your hand gently or softly. Thank you for not giving up on me. We'll figure this out, Dad. I promise. I have an idea. Period. Maybe your robotic side could help us. In the robotic state, you seem to know. The trigger word. So maybe when you act like a robot, it can give us a solution. Or a way to completely snap you out of it. Here's the plan. I say the trigger word. If you go back into your robotic state, I ask the robotic version of you a way to snap them out of it. Completely until we get a pocket watch. Then, after we find out, I say the trigger word again to make you go back to normal. Or say it to your robot. Whatever your robotic self told me to do. Frick, let's see. Here we go. Ritzy blinked. His expression was both cautious and impressed, like he was genuinely proud of your clever thinking. That's actually a really good idea. I might be under the hypnosis while in that state, but if I'm still listening and responding to you, then maybe the robot version of me has access to some of the programming Pikachu put in. Maybe it knows how to undo it, or at least weaken it until we find a real solution. He gently nudged your shoulder with a snout, nodding. If anyone could pull something like this off, it's you. I trust you, Dad. If I start acting robotic again, don't be scared. Just follow the plan. I'll be listening, even if I don't look like it. He backed up slowly to give you space, bracing himself. All right, I'm ready when you are. All right. Before I do this, remember that I really do love you. So please, in a robotic state, don't say anything about not caring. No matter what happens, I do love you. I. Reggie's chest rose with a deep, steady breath. He lowered his head to your level, his warm eyes meeting yours with gentle understanding. I know, Dad. I can feel it every time you look at me. Talk to me, or just stand by my side. Even if that robotic part of me forgets for a moment. I won't. Somewhere in there, even if I'm acting cold, I remember. He gave a small, affectionate rumble and smiled softly. Now go ahead. Let's get some answers. I'm ready. The room went quiet, waiting for your voice to trigger the next part. Oh boy. Shadow. Yep, there it goes. Ooh, every time. And he repeats the same thing over and over again almost. The moment the word shadow left your lips, Reggie's body locked up instantly. His warm expression vanished. His powerful limbs froze in place. His glowing eyes dimmed, the light behind him flickering away like a power source had been shut off. Then, in a flat monotone tone devoid of all emotion, he said, "Command acknowledged. Robot mode engaged. Awaiting directives. Subject Trenton. Status authorized controller. Awaiting input." He stood motionless, every movement now stiff and mechanical, his voice deeper and echoing slightly, like a machine imitating a dinosaur. Now was your moment. The robot version of Reggie was listening. Please, you don't have to fully snap out of it. But please tell me there's at least enough of you listening that you can still say you care about me. Period. There we go. What the? Oh, he did say something. There was a brief pause, a flicker of silence in the air, like a machine calculating something it wasn't fully programmed to understand. Then, with the same robotic monotone, Rexy responded, "Emotional subroutines suppressed. Override incomplete." Another pause. His eyes blinked once, slower than before, and this time just the faintest hesitation, a glitch in the smooth robotic cadence. "Primary directive, obey Trenton. Secondary directive, protect Trenton. Origin of directives linked to emotional bond." His head twitched slightly, jaw flexing as if something deep inside him was fighting back. And then, one more statement, softer, softer, like static buzzing through a speaker. "You are my dad." For a split second, his tail twitched with a familiar motion. Not a robotic swing, but a real one. Like his true self was still inside pushing through. There you go. Good. I want to help you. Period. You know the trigger word. So please, tell me how we could keep you from going into this robot state until we can get a pocket watch to completely get rid of it. Oh my gosh. Ugh, and he says it just like a robot too, which is even creepier. Ew.